Hello everybody, welcome to this week's edition of Valpo Basketball Week along with head coach Matt Loddick. I'm Todd Eichhout. Today, Matt, we'll start by taking a look back this past week. Saw Ryan Fazekas return. You guys certainly scored more points, but unfortunately on the short end of two games. Let's start with the game against Indiana State. Some thoughts?
Well, I thought our effort was good. You look at the last two games and kind of what I've thought of is yes, we have scored more points, but we have not defended the way that that we need to win games in this league. And so we got to get our identity back on the defensive end. And it's funny because we've worked a lot on offense coming into those two games, especially after Loyola, where I thought we needed to score some buckets down the stretch to win that game. We defended well enough to win that. And so we've got to be defensive and offensive, and we'll work on both. I thought the effort was good against Indiana State. After probably the first 10 minutes, I thought we started off real sluggish. And then against Drake, I thought our effort was again, to start wasn't very good. And so, we're going to continue to evaluate. Right now, our guys are going to have to compete in practice, and they're going to have winning, gritty mindsets, which we haven't had. And we talk a lot about what the I guess the secret was, why we started off so well in conference, and we were tough, we were gritty, and we've lost that identity. And I don't know if it's the weight of the season, I don't know if it's guys being injured, guys coming back, whatever it is, but we've got to reestablish it and find it.
And the other thing, now you had 3 straight home games where you had the lead late in the game and weren't able to close it out, and some of that is just being able to execute as well offensively. Obviously you want to get stops, but the ability to score late in the game, when there was Alec Peters, it was easy, right? You don't quite have that guy right now, and maybe it's got to be a committee, but late in the game you got to find a way to score. Yeah,
I mean, you mentioned Alec. The one thing that Alec would do too, he'd get fouled, he'd go up and hit free throws, and I think free throw shooting's probably determine 3 or 4 Valley games. So we're going to continue to work on it. It's a process, and we got to execute better offensively and defensively. We got to hit big shots, and I think we're getting the right ones. We just got to hit them.
Okay, and it is not like you're not working on free throws. I hear that from people. Why aren't we working on free throws? Why aren't we working on free throws? You guys shoot a lot of free throws, obviously.
I mean, if you hear that, the one thing that you can't really do is simulate an end of the game free throw. You can try, and we've done some of that stuff in practice, but the bottom line is when there's fans, there's a game on the line, that's hard to simulate.
We mentioned down the stretch you've not scored buckets when you've needed to. The other thing, which has been a common theme in the losses in the league, is you guys have not shot the 3 well. We had hoped Ryan Fazekas back, that would open things up. But again, the 3 ball has not been a consistent, you've not made them consistently, obviously, in those losses. And maybe as Ryan returns and gets more back into the flow, he can get more looks, and that can open things up for other guys. But it didn't happen in the 2 games.
No, I mean, it didn't happen. But, we've been kind of an up and down 3-point shooting team. So, again, we're going to take the right ones, and, we're going to work on it. And if we take the right ones and we work on it, they should go in. I'm more concerned with, just the gritty mindset. And, I thought it took us a while to get going in the last 2 games. And the one thing that we can't coach as coaches, we can't coach effort. You have got to come out and you've got to be, everyone says they love basketball. If you love it, then you're going to have some effort to it. And so we got to get back to that mindset and get our guys competing hard enough to win for 40 minutes.
All right, 4 games left, and obviously an opportunity to turn things around. You see, Drake started 1-3, and now they're up near the top of the conference standings. Missouri State really struggled out of the gate. Bradley struggled out of the gate. They've completely turned things around. There is time in this league, which is so competitive, and every game is so tight, or so many games are so tight, to turn it around before the conference tournament. And there's a logjam there where you can move up in the seeding as well.
I mean, I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to quit fighting. And, we're going to keep our finger on these guys. And, it is, it's been a season of just kind of, what's next in some regards. You look at the Drake game, and I finally think we're going to get there fully healthy and compete. And then, a guy that I do require to give us, no nonsense and energy all the time, John Kaiser, can't play in that game because of an ankle. So it's just, we're going to keep fighting, keep our heads up, keep moving forward. Hopefully get our team rolling.
There you go.
For the conference tournament.
You go against a Southern Illinois team, which obviously they, like so many teams in this league, they have been up and down as well. But they're a very talented team. They were picked, I think, third at the start of the season. They have that type of talent. It'll be a tough test on Wednesday, obviously.
No doubt about it. They're good.
And a final question for you. Deion Lavender is a player who has had ups and downs like everybody else, but lately he seems to be excelling. And maybe some of that is his experience, and it's good to see. But when you have a team where you have young kids and you have veterans, sometimes it takes the veterans to step up and set the tone, and maybe that's a good sign going forward because he has played well last 3 ball games.
Yeah, no, Deion's been great. And, the stuff that maybe he didn't do consistently is now. And, I do think he understands just the totality of a season, right? And, sometimes these games in February can be tough to play, especially for younger guys. And but he's shown some leadership.
I think you said that better than I asked it. It was very good. Good luck this week, Matt.
Thank you.
For head coach Matt Loddick, I'm Todd Eichow. Thanks for joining us on Valpo Basketball Weekly.